Hey, it's Willie Crawford here, and I wanted to talk to you today about buying and selling domain names, which is an inexact science at best. And if you just listen to me for a few minutes, I'll probably save you from making a lot of mistakes. And at the same time, I can show you how to make a lot of money. So let me take you over to my Facebook page, which is my profile, and I posted here that I just purchased these 10 domain names after consulting with a fortune teller. You see right there, I'm not even very serious about this topic. And which Esterbot at esterbot.com tells me has an estimated street value of over $60,000. So if I take you over to Esterbot, this is Esterbot at esterbot.com. It's a free tool, free domain appraisal tool. You just plug in the domain name that you're interested in getting an appraisal for, and Esterbot will tell you what it thinks that domain name is based on a number of factors, such as the number of letters in the domain name, how frequently it's searched on, whether or not it's a .com or something, just the average bid price for that domain name or for words in that domain name. Esterbot uses a lot of factors, and Esterbot is not the only tool that you can use for appraising a domain name for free. Esterbot actually gives you 2 free appraisals per day, and after that, you can't do more. You can purchase an upgrade account, which is very inexpensive, and which I have. But otherwise, you can also use GoDaddy's domain name appraisal tool. You just search on the words GoDaddy domain name appraisal tool or a free domain name appraisal tool, and you'll find a number of those. But so my whole purpose there is that you're not stuck with Esterbot. I'm just showing you one that I use. Going back to where I was previously, this is my Facebook page, and I just bought 10 domain names, and when I added up the values on those domain names, I got something over $65,000. These are domain names that I purchased after I jokingly said over here, I consulted with a fortune teller, and the thing is, I purchased domain names to flip. So I don't necessarily filter them out for terms that might be offensive or things like that. I just look at uh, what domain names catch my attention, and usually these are domain names that are previously owned, and so there are a lot of factors that are involved there. For example, many of them are still listed in a lot of the search engines and still have inbound links to the other places, and those links are getting clicks. Those links are still bringing traffic to a domain name that is expired, and those clicks are just being responded with a message that says, sorry, this domain name is expired, or this domain name is for sale, or something like that, or the registrar that is responsible for taking care of the domain name has a pop-up page that shows random for sale products or whatever. So anyone can purchase expired domain names through different services. I use one through a free that I post a link to in the description below this video. But what this shows is the domain names that I purchased yesterday. This one has an estimated appraised value of $10,544. I imagine the reason is because it's got the words nipple and erection in it, and that there are a lot of probably guys looking for that term for whatever reason. It shows the average search volume, and it shows exact match search results. One is just how many people searched on the term in a month, and the other is how many people searched on the term in quotation marks, an exact match. And this shows the average cost per click that people who use pay-per-click engines like Google are paying for a click right now. And if you look at that one, this domain name is estimated at worth a lot. This one is estimated worth $9,000. And I imagine part of that has to do with the fact that guys or women were searching for sexy evening gowns to give us wedding or Christmas presents in the past month or so, or 2 months, So that's probably why the domain name was worth so much. And you can see it got 4.5 million searches on it. And the average cost per click is 52 cents. So people bid 52 cents on that term to get traffic over to their website, sales store, whatever. A lot of these others, I don't know why Gray Bag was worth so much, but it is appraised at so much, and there was 270,000 searches on it last month. People might be into romantic suspenseful books. I don't know. I'm not. I have no idea what a biscuit jointer is. Cloud computing, the market for selling, hosting, and things like that is a very competitive market. And so, as you can see, people who sell cloud computing are bidding $25 per click because when they land one customer, that customer is worth a lot to them. But you can see at the same time, there's not a lot of exact match searches on the term. So it's one of those terms that doesn't get a lot of searches, but when it does, they're worth a lot. Excuse me. A lot of these others make no real sense to me, but this one, Elvis Presley, makes sense to me because it's worth $4,400 because some people can't spell, and so they spelled Elvis Presley wrong. Unless I think it's Presley. But people can't spell, and so they make type in traffic errors when they're looking for Elvis Presley information, Elvis Presley mementos or memorabilia, Elvis Presley for doing a school report or whatever. So a lot of that's a frequently searched term. It's got 447,000 searches per month, even though Elvis has been no longer with us for a long time. These other two make no sense to me. But then when you think about it, what was Facebook worth 20 years ago? Probably nothing, even 10, 15 years ago. It was, what is a Facebook? Facebook was actually, when Zuckerberg created it, was a site where college students basically shared their face and information about each other on different campuses. But now Facebook is worth billions. Just the name is worth billions. Same with Google. What is a Google? Right now it's a verb, but prior to Google, 15 to 20 years ago, Google was nothing. When I was growing up, the search engines were Alta Vista and Lycos and a bunch of those that probably no longer even exist now. The half of the huge tech companies that exist now, even things like PayPal and eBay, did not exist when I started online. So those words, if you had those, and when a company started up, you offered it for sale to the right person, you could get tens of thousands of dollars, even hundreds of thousands, and in the case of something like Facebook, millions of dollars. So domain naming is an inexact science at best. What a domain name is actually worth is what someone is willing to pay for the domain name. Nothing more, nothing less. You can pay whatever you want for a domain name. It is worth exactly what someone is willing to pay for it or what you're willing to give up to hang on to it. So a lot of people buy domain names speculating. They think that someday that domain name will be worth a lot for whatever reason. And probably 2/3 of the people that I know that buy domain names invest fairly heavily in them, and a lot of them let the domain names expire after a year. If it doesn't sell, they'll buy it, list it for sale on certain marketplaces. And if it doesn't sell after a year, they simply let it expire, although renewing it only costs anywhere from $10 to $20. But they elect to let it go. I buy domain names primarily to flip, although I buy others to build websites on sites that I rank and then rent out to customers who want that traffic. None of these are appropriate for that type of traffic unless I was selling traffic to someone who sold perhaps lingerie or cloud computing. But the others would have no potential in my opinion, in the rank and rent market. But they have a potential in a lot of other places. The product that we're actually selling when we deal with domaining is traffic. It's eyeballs. Whether you have a pay-per-click search engine or you're selling leads through a lead generation website, you're selling attention, you're selling eyeballs. That was all I wanted to say. These domain names I'm actually going to sell, and I'm going to have a name your price sale where you can just reach out to me via my help desk, and I'll put a link below this video to my help desk. And if you see one of these domain names that grabs your attention, it's a name your price sale. So you just go to my help desk and you submit a support ticket that says, I'm offering $200 for this domain name, and I may just accept it, even though they're praised that, all of these are in the thousands of dollars, but you never know. You just name your price, and I did not pay a small fortune for any of these because I know how and where to buy domain names that are recently expired and that still have traffic and are valuable or prized by others who wish to own those. One thing is another type of domain name that I sometimes deal in is first name and last name domain names, a person's full name. So if I had spelled this Elvis Presley correctly, and there was someone actually named after Elvis, named Elvis Presley, that domain name would be worth a lot to them. And a lot of professionals, celebrities, sports figures, they want to own their domain name for numerous reasons, including protecting it from being used for less than savory purposes. So they'll buy a domain name and then hope that somebody wants it. I know Kamala Harris was for sale, and I once owned one related to Donald Trump, and those domain names, you're betting that that person is going to run for office or be famous someday, and that name will be worth a lot to you. So again, domain naming is an inexact science and art and part voodoo. Watch for me to announce my sale, but again, if any of these 10 domain names grab your attention, reach out to me via my help desk and tell me that you're interested in buying it, and just name your price, and I may very well surprise you. This is Willie Crawford. Thank you for listening.